A dozen more Democrats in Congress are calling for President Biden to drop his re-election bid. That includes 2 senators. No new calls from Colorado's delegation. As pressure on Biden only builds, politics guy Marshall Zellinger looks at what DNC delegates, including Colorado's contingent, would do if Biden drops out.
Let's go over some DNC scenarios. 1976, that's the year the Centennial State became centennial. 1976 is also the number of delegates needed to become the Democratic nominee for president. If President Biden goes to the DNC next month in Chicago, he already has about 3,900 delegates prepared to vote for him, making him the nominee. That includes the 72 delegates from the square-ish state of Colorado.
But it's important to recognize that every single delegate in Colorado is pledged to vote for the president.
In the March presidential primary, Biden earned enough support for all of Colorado's delegates to go to the DNC and vote for Biden. Colorado Democratic Party Chair Shad Murib explains we are not unique.
Yeah, so every delegate in the country is pledged. This is a reform that was created after 1968's contested convention, and so this is not a new rule. Every delegate that has been sent to Chicago from Colorado or Minnesota or California or wherever is committed to vote for the president.
Okay, so what happens if Biden drops out before the convention? Anyone who wants to be nominated has to get 300 signatures to be nominated. You know, John Hancock's. No more than 50 from any one state. A process, I'm told, that hasn't even begun in the background just yet.
And right now, there is no effort underway for any new candidate to be placed into nomination. Yeah, if Biden were to drop out, and again, there's no indication that he's leaving this race here as of this moment, certainly, if it was an open convention situation, you'd have many candidates wrestling to get those signatures to be placed into nomination.
No doubt Vice President Kamala Harris would be nominated, though others could as well. And Colorado's delegates would not automatically be committed to Harris.
If for whatever reason he chooses not to run and he's made clear he's staying in this race, our delegates would, of course, look to his guidance and his support for any other candidate should he choose to provide it, especially Vice President Harris, and weigh that decision pretty seriously.
In other words, it would be a free-for-all until someone gets 1,976 votes.
Of course, it'd be great to speak with one voice, but every delegate is, of course, their own person with their own concerns for this country. I think the fact is that
what I left out of all that is that Democrats are still working on a potential virtual roll call where the nomination could happen before the actual convention. There's concern about having a nominee in time to appear on the ballot in the state of Ohio. So it's possible the DNC is working on a timeline of no earlier than August 1st for a virtual roll call. And if that were to happen, that would take a little bit of the excitement out of the DNC at that point.
Bigger picture. Every day, President Biden says he's staying in. And every day, more and more Democrats close to him, increasingly close to him, come out and say, it's time to go. I hear what the chairman is saying when he's saying there's no indication that the president is going to go, except for the fact that his circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller every day.
I can't tell you how many times Shad Murib said that Biden's still in. He's made no indication otherwise. And it's like I was in court. I'm like, stipulated. We get it. Accepted. We don't need to say it anymore. I know that is the position. But it's putting people in squirrely situations.
Yeah. Marshall, thank you very much.